Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Tasmadam Vigata Viklava Isvarasya.
Tasmadam Vigata Viklava Isvarasya.
Sarvatmana Mahi Grinami Yatha Manisam.
Sarvatmana Mahi Grinami Yatha Manisam.
Nicho Jaya Guna Visarga Manu Pravishta.
Nicho Jaya Guna Visarga Manu Pravishta.
Uyetaye nahi pumananu varnitena.
Uyetaye nahi pumananu varnitena.
Tasmat. Therefore. Aham. I. Vigata Viklava. Contemplation of being unfit. Thus I give up. Ishwarasya. Of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sarva Atmana. In full surrender dedicated to Him. Mahi. Glories. Gurnami. I shall chant. Or describe. Yatha. As much as possible. Amanisham. According to my own intelligence. Manisham. According to my own intelligence. Nicha. Although I am low-born. My father being a great demon. Devoid of all good qualities. Ajaya. On account of ignorance. And foolishness. Guna Visarga. The material world wherein the living entity takes birth. According to the contamination of the different modes of nature. Anupravishta. Entering within this material world. Puyeta. Becomes purified. Jena. By those devotional activities. He. Indeed. Puman. A person. Anuvarnitena. Simply by glorifying the Lord. Translation. Therefore, although I am born in a demonic family, even still, without any doubt, I may offer prayers to the Lord as far as possible by me. Any person who is engaged in offering prayer and hearing glories of the Lord becomes purified from the material condition of life.
Tasmadaham vigata viklava isharasya sarvatmanamahi dinami tathamanitam nichu jaya guna visarga anupravistya puyeta jena hi puman anuvarnidena. This verse is given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in another distinct form, Cheta Darpana Marjanam, Bhava Maha Davagni Bhavanam. It doesn't matter where I am born. That is not important thing. Nicho. Even one is very low born. By freaks of nature, nobody can guarantee where he will take his birth. Karmana daivanetrena. I will have to take my birth according to my fruitive activity. controlled by nature. Prakriti kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasa. We are all completely under the control of the laws of nature. Guna visarga. According to the quality or modes of material nature we associate, we create another body. There are many places this thing has been described in the Bhagavad Gita. Maya jantarurani maya. Ishara sarvabhutanam riddhesya arjuna tishtati brahmayan sarvabhutani. Just like that Jamna Agarwal, that he is now in the police custody. Now he is crying, save me, save me, save me. But nature's law is very strict. Daividhyesa gunamayi mama maya duratvaya. Once you committed mistake, immediately nature's law reacts, and it is very difficult to come out of it. Daividhyesa gunamayi mama maya duratvaya. But there is only one way, that is anuvarnitena, repeatedly chanting Hare Krishna. Repeatedly. That is the only way. Hare Namaiva Kevala. That is recommended by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Kirtanadeva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Paramvrade. This is simple. Kalijo, this is the only way. Kalodosha nidhi rajan, hi asti eko mahanagam. This is the greatest qualification of Kalijo. Great personalities, they very much eulogize Kalijo, that there is simple method and so sublime. Simply by chanting Hare Krishna mantra, one becomes completely purified. Bhuyeta jena hi pumana anuvarnita. Anu means repetition, and anu means following the footsteps of authority, spiritual master. Anu. Our process is anu. We don't manufacture anything. We simply follow Mahajana Jena Gatasya Pantha. Mahajan, great personalities, great authorities, that is our process. Guru Mukha Padma Vakko Chittete Koriya Oikko Arna Koriya Mani Ar. This is the Guru Mukha Padma Vakko, whatever is coming out of the mouth of the spiritual master, because he will never speak nonsense. He will also speak the same thing which he has heard from his Guru. That is called anu. Anu, follow. So this is very easy. We don't manufacture things. What is the use of manufacturing things? We are imperfect. What we can manufacture? Whatever we shall manufacture, that is imperfect, because we are imperfect. The modern scientists, they are manufacturing some ideas. I manufacture and you manufacture some idea. You defeat me, I defeat you. Tattva pratishtya. In this way, I defeat you, you defeat me, that will not solve the problem. The problem will be solved when we follow the authority, anuvarnita. Then the problem will be. Prahlad Maharaj, He is already purified. His head was touched by Nrsimhadev. He is completely purified. Therefore, although he was only child, 5 years old, he is speaking the gist conclusion of the Shastra. Anuvarniti. He understood that I am not born in a Brahmin family, I am born niche, low-grade family, Asura family. My father was Asura, so I am born of him. So I have no prestigious position. Still, Krishna is satisfied simply by devotion and service. That has been already explained. So let me offer my prayer to the Lord sincerely, jathamanisham. As far as I have got my intelligence, I am not supposed to be very intelligent because I am low born. I am not born in a Brahmin family. Neither I am old enough, educated. Still, I have to offer my prayers. So let me try to offer my prayers by following the authorities, anuvarniti, without any, what is called, doubt. Tasmad aham vigata vikla. Without any doubt. Why? That is the perfect way. If we follow the previous acharya, then there is no question of lamentation. Anvarnitena. Simply. This is very nice method. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's philosophy is that Jare dakho tare kaho Krishna, but you haven't got to manufacture for preaching. You haven't got. This is nonsense. You simply follow what Krishna has said. Jare dakho tare kaho Krishna upadesh. Then you become Guru. So Prahlad Maharaj became Guru. Out of the 12 Mahajans, he is one of them. Sambhu Narada Sambhu, Kapila Kumara Manu, Prahlada, Janaka Bhishma, they are Mahajans. So we have to follow Prahlad Maharaj. He is our Guru. Purva Acharya. Narada is Purva Acharya, he is disciple of Narada, therefore he is Acharya, and his disciplic succession. There are sampradayas, Brahma Sampradaya, Kumara Sampradaya. Anyone who is bona fide acharya, he can create his own disciplic succession, but one disciplic succession and the other disciple, they are not different, they are of the same conclusion. The Vaishnava acharya, just like our Ramanucharya, Madhacharya, Nimbarka, Rudra Sampradaya, Vishnu Shani, they are all of the same. Aradha Bhagavan, Brajasutam, Krishnastu Bhagavan, that is their conclusion. There is no different conclusion. Although they have got varieties of method, Suddhadvaita, Dvaitadvaita, Visishtadvaita, like that. They present the same philosophy in clear way, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu presents the same philosophy, that Achinta Bhedave. That is Acharya. Acharya gives some way for simple understanding, the same conclusion. But according to the time, circumstances, they give a very easy method to understand. That is Acharya. Acharya is following strictly the previous Acharya, but according to the circumstances, he may make little changes. That change is not change from the original idea, no. So Prahlad Maharaj's conclusion is that I shall offer my prayers glorifying the Lord according to my capacity, yatha manisha. Everyone is not of the same intellect. You may be more intelligent than me. Another may be more intelligent than you. But that varieties of intelligence does not mean missing the real point. The real point is the same. It's like Krishna has got so many queens, or in Vrindavan he was associated with so many gopi friends or cowherd boy friend. So everyone was Krishna's devotee, everyone loved Krishna. But there were varieties. Variety, Vaichitra, it's called Vaichitra. Krishna is not without variety. You see the flower, Krishna says, Punnagandha Pritibhyancha. The flavor is Krishna. We are studying in the morning. But there are still varieties of flavor. The rose flower has got a particular type of aroma, another flower aroma. So the Mayavadi philosopher, they cannot understand that the variety, Vaichitra, is creation of Krishna. Although they are one, the same Krishna, Punnagandha Pritibhyancha, but still there are varieties. Everywhere you will find varieties. Visheshata. And the Mayavadi philosopher need Vishesh. In common English it is said, variety is the mother of enjoyment. So Krishna wants this variety. So you are a devotee. The central point is to love Krishna and offer him service, but that service may be of variety. Variety. You cannot claim that because you are serving Krishna in a type, and therefore if somebody is serving in a different way, must be approved by the authorities, you cannot criticize him. Variety. Variety is the mother of enjoyment. The same vegetable, the same ghee, the same salt, same spices, but there are varieties of preparation. That is required. We Vaishnava, we want varieties. Bahunmukhi seva. How the central point is how the Vrindavan, Krishna is the central point. Say, cowherd boys, they are satisfying Krishna by going in the forest, playing with him, mock fighting with him. There is also variety. When he comes home, Krishna is taken care by Mother Jasoda, different dress, different foodstuff, variety. Similarly, when in the company of the gopis, there are varieties. So variety is the mother of India. So it is not that I will have to do exactly like you. I will have to serve Krishna, but no mental concoction, following the footsteps. Again, you can create variety, but it must not deviate from the original authority. That is what. So Prahlad Maharaj decided, Tasmadaham Vigata Viklava Ishwarasya Sarvatma. Real thing is with heart and soul, everything. No reservation. Just like Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he surrenders to Krishna. Everything, whatever he has got. He said, Manasa deha geha jo kichu more. Whatever I have got, no reservation. So what I have got in this material, he said, I have got this body, material body, lump of matter, and I have got my mind simply changing from this platform to that platform, because mind's business is sankalpa vikalpa. We accept something, it is very good, and next time we reject. No, it is not good. This is mind business. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, I have got this lump of body, we are very much proud of possessing, but what we have got? We have got this body and the mind. And with the mind we have created so many things. This is my house, this is my wife, this is my children. Nobody is yours. You have come according to your karma, and they have come according to their karma, and it is a play only, that one is father, one is mother, one is son. It is by arrangement of the material nature, karanam guna sanghasa. Everything will be finished in the twinkling of an eye. Actually it has no fact, but we think this is our position. That Bhaktivinoda Thakur said that my possession means some mental concoction and this lump of body, manasa, deho, geho. So therefore, whatever possession I have got, I surrender it. Manasa, deho, geho, jo kichu mora. This is surrender. Atpinu tuapade nanda kisho. So the real process is to surrender to Krishna and act according to your best. Krishna will give you intelligence. First of all, we have to become sincere, heart and soul. Sarvatmana. Sarva means all, and Atma means body, Atma means mind, Atma means soul. Three meanings of all. So, Sarvatmana, your body, the other day I explained, karmana manasa vacha, by your working capacity, by your mind, by your words. This is called Tridanda. We, Vaishnava Sannyasi, we take Tridanda. This is three. Karmana manasa vacha, by activities, by mind, and by words. The preaching is word. That word is the last, thinking, feeling, willing, then action. So mind should be settler, that I shall sincerely serve Krishna, because I am not expert, therefore to understand how to serve Adu Gurvasrayam, one has to accept Guru, Tasmad Gurum Prapadita. The Shastra says, in order to take direction, one must surrender to Guru. Krishna says, Tadvidhi panipatena paripasnena sevaya. That is the whole Vedic injunction. So, Prahlad Maharaj has already surrendered to Lord Brahma, Narada, and whatever intelligence he has got, he is trying to utilize it for satisfying the Supreme Lord. As yesterday we have discussed that how we can satisfy Krishna. He is Atmaram, Nijalabhapur. He is already satisfied. with his own profit. What we can satisfy? So, that endeavor to satisfy means our satisfaction. The example is given that Tacha Atmane Pratimukasya Jathamukha Sri. If we serve Krishna, then we will be satisfied. We are not satisfied by serving Maya. If we want satisfaction at all, then we serve Krishna. That is what. Everyone is dissatisfied. Because we are serving Maya, there must be dissatisfaction. There must be dissatisfaction. Nobody can be peaceful within this material world so long he is under the clutches of Maya. That is not possible. But these rascals, they do not know this. It is said everywhere. Mameva prapaddante maya. Bhoktaram jaggadam sam sarvaloka maheshwaram sridam sarvabhutanam jnata mam shanti micchati. Krishna says, but we do not take Krishna's words. Shanti means we have to accept these three principles. What is that? Krishna is the enjoyer. He is the master. He is the proprietor. Bhoktanam jaggatapasam. You are performing yoga, you are performing tapasya, penances, you are observing brahmacharya. So many, there are different rules and regulations. But what is the idea? To serve Krishna, to satisfy Krishna. The sense will remain. You do not become impersonal, senseless or nonsense. No, the sense must be there. It should be purified. And as soon as we purify, then we have no other business than to satisfy Krishna. And so long we are not purified, we satisfy ourselves. This is the difference between karma and bhakti. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
मनु प्रभु वैंकूवर से हैं, टेम्पल प्रेसिडेंट हैं वैंकूवर टेम्पल के. सो वी वुड लाइक टू वेलकम मनु प्रभु. हरे कृष्णा.
राधा माधव गाते हैं. ओके, थैंक यू. हाँ, ऐसे बोलो इसके लिए. ओके, एक है ना भैया, किसी और को दे देना भाई. तो उनको दे दो, डाल लो, उनको डाल लो. अरे है मेरे पास ऑलरेडी, किसी और को यूज़ कर सकते. ओके, थैंक यू. एक बार thank you very much for the management for asking me to do little thing just now in the morning. They told it's not that I know, I heard so well. There are many points in this, but without wasting time, let's see how we can catch up. I have little notes I made for the class today when I heard that I had to do this. As you know, this prayer is done by whom? Prahlad Maharaj to Narsingadev Bhagwan. Am I right? So in the beginning he says, it does not matter where I am born. That is not important thing. So Prahlad Maharaj, as we all know, is born in the demonic family. His father is Hiranyakashipu. So he is thinking that I am not intelligent, all of the thing. But he is saying That reminds me of the Srila Prabhupada was criticized by many Indian Brahmins. Actually, Prabhupada tried to establish this ISKCON Krishna consciousness in India, but nobody were ready to listen to him. Nobody gave him support, even his own god brothers from the Gaudiya Math. Why? Because they were all following what the Western world is following. So he thought, if I go to Western world and change them, then only Indian will change. So that's why he went to America, as you know, at the age of 69 in 1965. In 1966, he established ISKCON using the hippies. Hippies means they were doing drugs and all the drinking and having illicit sex. All these things he did it. But by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra in Thompson Square Park, he attracted these hippies, and they all tried to came and helped him a lot. That's how the story of this one. So first time when he brought to Delhi only the foreigners, and Pandal program was done in a big scale. So one of the reporter asked, Prabhupada ji, when you were here before, nobody came to you, but how come so many people are coming? Then what did Prabhupada say? Prabhupada said that they are not come to see me or listen to me. They all came to see these white dancing elephants. Because these foreigners were wearing nice dresses, kurta, and all the ladies were putting like a bride and all of the things. They were dancing all those things. They liked that. That's why they have come, Prabhupada says. So here also he is saying it doesn't matter. He is the first one who has given the Brahmanical initiation to all the people. Even Bhakti, his own guru, Bhakti Saraswati Maharaj, what he said, Brahmanas are less than the Vaishnavas. And that's what is the main thing he has given. So he got this. And coming to our birth, I always talk in my talks is the Bhagavad Gita 8.6. What does it say? At the time of death, whatever desire we have, according to that desire, we are creating our own body. I give the example, some big rich multi-billionaire or something always want to stay in the sky in the aeroplane, he dies. Means, what is his desire? His desire is to fly in the sky. So what sort of body he should get? Bird. Similarly, somebody wants to, in the waves, especially I'm from Canada, Western world, they play with the surfing board on the waves and everything they want, like the water. They die in the water, what sort of body they should get? Like a fish. So Prabhupada says, it's not by the laws of, somebody is forcing you on you, what type body you're taking. You may get the 8.4 million species are there. We cannot say what sort of body we'll get. It's not guaranteed that we'll get the body of the human being. That's what Prabhupada says. This is very, very clear. He says, we are creating ourselves what our body will be next. It can be like a bird, it can be insect, or even at the end he says, it can be a worm in a stool. That's what is the worst thing to happen. That's what he says. So we must know how we are behaving, how we are doing. But one thing I like about the Bhagavad Gita 8.5, in that Krishna says, at the time of death, if you think of me and me alone, then you will come back to me. Where? Goloka Vrindavana. That is the main thing we are learning in. Anybody wants here another birth? Nobody wants. Because why? We all suffered enough. So at the time of death, if you think, Krishna, I made a mistake. We say independence, we are misused our minute independence and came to this world by revolting against Krishna and Radharani in Goloka. That's another class. But anyway, we all came from Goloka Vrindavana to this material world because we revolted against them. I always tell, sometimes in the children also, at the teenage, they don't want to listen to the parent, they create the problem in the house. Then what we do at the time, a spoiled apple in a basket spoils the entire basket. So like that, the child has to be thrown out of the family sometime. I did myself, it happened. Practically, it happens in our own houses. So similarly, Krishna also said that he will be the king, but we refuse to serve him. So he says that I created this world. So we all came here to become king like Krishna. We didn't want to serve Krishna, but we wanted to be like Krishna. That's why we are all here. So what is happening? We are thinking we all become king and queen, but all are servants. Even in the family, head of the family, we say as a father, Am I the king? No. I'm working for the family, so I'm the servant of the family. Is the mother or the wife is the queen in the family? What do you think, Mataji? Are you queens in the family? Matajis? Nobody wants to answer. My wife says he's a doctor, but the housework, the question is, are you the queen in your family? Somebody say. No, because we are all revolted against Krishna in Golok Vrindavan, and to become a king like Krishna and Radharani, we all came here. So I'm telling, nobody is, even my wife says he's a doctor, but 24/7 the housework never ends. So lady of the house is also not a queen, she is also servant. So anyway, that's another thing. So how to go back to Krishna? Prabhupada also says, if we are doing the same thing, eating, mating and sleeping and defending like all the animals, then we must be called as animals, not as a human beings. Then the disciples are, what should I do? Then he says, there are three questions. Who are we? Why we are here? Where we are going after death? These are the three questions one must ask and get the answers. Then we are called human beings. Otherwise, we are animals. So this is what Prabhupada says. Who are we? I told you, we are all belong to the Goloka Vrindavana. Sri Sri Partha Sardi Lalita Vishakha ki jai, Sita Rama Lakshmana Hanuman ki jai, Gauranitai ki jai. So I told you we are all belong to Goloka Vrindavana. Why we came here? We want to become a king and queen like Krishna, but we are all only servants. Number 3, we were talking here, what is going to happen after death? We discussed that at the time of death you have desire, you will get a body to fulfill that desire. Now the last one is, if you think of Krishna and Krishna alone, no one else, then we can go back to Krishna. So that is our main, in ISKCON, we are teaching this, how you will not take birth again. That's why Prabhupada says chanting is very important, 16 rounds. Why? At the time of, if you practice now, at the time of death, we don't know when we are going to die. Prabhupada says, tomorrow also we can die. Now also we can die. So practice has to be there from the age of 5, as Prahlad Maharaja himself did. So by chanting, at least at the time of death, you will remember Krishna and go back, and you will not come back to this miserable and temporary world. As Bhagavad Gita Krishna declares, this world is full of misery and it's temporary. Anyway, let's go further. And Prabhupada saying in this class that we are all completely under the control of laws of material nature, the modes of material nature. Krishna himself says it's very difficult to overcome these modes of material nature when Arjuna puts a question. But with sadhana, one can overcome these 3 modes of nature. Why? Because these 3 modes of nature, mode of goodness, passion and ignorance, are like a puppeteer plays with the strings. We are all dancing to the tune of these 3 modes of material nature. But when you surrender and chant and worship Krishna, then definitely you are out of the clutches of this material nature. And Krishna says, Durga Mata is in charge. Durga Mata, now this devotee is under my care. Please do not disturb him. So you will go plan to the Suddha Bhakti, pure goodness. That's what is another thing. And I don't know about this in Prabhupada is telling about what the bogus gurus. Just like that Jamnagar Agarwal, he is now in police custody, he was talking. That reminded me, even now, in our Indian jails, there are many bogus gurus. If you know or no, but there are many bogus gurus. They were are in jail. So he was talking about that also. I thought, yeah, during his time, even now also, we are having all bogus gurus. And it is our bad luck if we get in, under their influence and become their disciples. But at least none of us here who are here, at least, we are all lucky that we are at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. He is bringing us the wonderful this Krishna consciousness to all of us. And Prabhupada openly said, once you have committed mistake, immediately nature's law reacts, and it is very difficult to overcome. Prabhupada gives a wonderful example that if a small child goes and touches the fire lamp, let's say in the good olden days you have to ghee lamp or something, kerosene lamp. If he goes and touches the fire, will it burn or no? It does. It burns. But the fire doesn't think, oh, this guy is innocent, he doesn't know, he's a very small child, he has not learned. It's not like that. Similarly, the laws of nature does not give any concession to anybody. If you commit mistake, they are punished. Like that, the Guru, she was giving the example. And but Prabhupada says, how to overcome, if we do commit any mistake, in Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna boldly tells to Arjuna, Arjuna, boldly declare that my devotee will never perish. Why? It's not that he will commit mistake and then he will be left scot-free. No, because Krishna's devotee, even though he commits mistakes, he will try to rectify by following the devotional service. So that's what here Prabhupada is saying. Harinama, Harinama, Harinama eva kevalam, kalo nastaiva, nastaiva, gatiranyata. Only by repeatedly chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one can overcome this, anything you have done wrong. Let's take one dose of that. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And that reminds me also, Prabhupada says that our human beings are suffering with the disease called greediness. Even I was also greedy. I too went to Canada to become a multi-millionaire myself. From here, telco I worked, then I worked in Kuwait, Gulf. I went to mint money. But when I came to Krishna consciousness, I heard Prabhupada saying this. To cure this disease, greediness, let's say that you have the blood pressure, then what you do, you go to the doctor, take the medicine, and then what is the diet? You take the less salt. If you have sugar, diabetic, then you go to the doctor, take the medicine, and then the diet is take the less sugar. Like these things are there. Similarly, Prabhupada said, to cure our disease, greediness, we must take the medicine. Medicine is, just now we are taking the, chanting the Maha Mantra is the medicine. And the dose, you know, minimum 16 rounds japa. That is the minimum dose. And then, what is the diet? Only eat that is offered first to Krishna and sanctified, that what we call it, prasadam. Only eat your prasadam. Sometimes you have to go to other countries or somewhere you have to eat different places. At least when your food comes in front of you, please mentally offer and then eat it. But do not eat anything that is not offered. Because in Bhagavad Gita 3.13, Krishna boldly declares, those who are preparing food for their sense gratification are merely eating sin only. So when you are eating sin, you are taking that particular paap kar rahe to, usko bhogna bhi padega. So you have, that's why we are getting the misery. Anybody praying for miseries? Prabhupada says no. Anybody here thinks that they are praying miseries, but they are coming automatically. Similarly, Prabhupada says, so whatever quota of happiness is there, that will also comes behind you. Don't run behind the happiness. Whatever is your karma, whatever you have done in the past life, you will get it. He gives a good example. The Tanga Wala, the horse, he puts a bunch of carrots in front. Let's say that 1 feet away. So it's thinking, the horse thinks that by taking one step, he will get it. But again one step, one more step, but it never catches. So Prabhupada says, similarly, the happiness you will evade and you need not run behind it. Like he gives the example of donkey also. Donkey is the work is, takes the dhobi's clothes to the ghat and washes and brings back. When it sits down and ties to the tree, the washerman brings some grass and gives. The donkey is thinking, see, I'm royally sitting here and my washerman is bringing the food to me and I'm eating. That's what is the foolishness Prabhupada says. Even the grass is everywhere. So he says that money can buy the comforts, but with the money, the rich man is not eating the roti made by gold. Everybody eating the same. So no need of running behind this and trying to become richer. But the tendency is there to become rich because we came from Krishna to become the king. So they are thinking that by becoming rich, I'll become a king, but no, never. The rich people, the highest rate of suicide in this world is the rich people. Why? They are always in ego, I am in this level, number 1, number 2, number 3 in the hierarchy. When the stock market falls down, they don't know how to face the world. They commit the mistake. That's what is the main thing. So Harinam we talked about, and he talks about whatever we shall manufacture that is imperfect because we are imperfect. There are 4 things we talk about. What are the defects we are having, human beings? One is we are in illusion, our imperfect senses, committing mistake, and cheating tendency. I make a fun of this actually. I'll try to quickly catch. In our, especially in Indian culture, we have the tendency of the boy going to see the girl. And before going for the marriage, everybody thinks they are in illusion. What is that illusion? If I get married, I will be happy ever after. But I always tell, they got married and lived happily ever after is only in the fairy tales, but not in the real life. Those who are married definitely know. But there is a saying, what is that? शादी एक लड्डू जैसी है, शादी एक लड्डू जैसा है, जो खाया वो भी पछताया, जो नहीं खाया वो भी पछताया. मगर मेरा स्लेंग वेरी क्लियर है, बाबा खा के पछता, बिना खा के पछताने में क्या मजा है. क्योंकि मैं शादी किया हूं ना, तो सबको ये बोलता हूं. Anyway, so illusion is that he thinks that he'll get married. Now he goes to see the girl. The girl puts lots of perfume. What are the senses? Nose, eyes, ear, tongue, and the touch. These are the imperfect senses. Let's see. So he sees, wow, the girl has put the perfume. He thinks before seeing only, such a wonderful perfume. If my wife puts like this and keeps me happy, I'll be happy ever after. Now all of a sudden the girl comes, she nicely dressed and decorated nicely. The eyes, wow, such a beautiful, every day if my wife comes in front of me like this, I'll be happy ever after. And now the mother brings the food. Maybe the mother-in-law prepared the food stuff but brings in front and says, my daughter has made. So he eats, wow, every day if my wife makes such a wonderful prasadam, wonderful, I'll be happy ever after. So normally they ask her, the girl, to sing the song and everything, and she does the kirtans and everything, especially in Madrasi, that is very, very important. He thinks, wow, daily if my wife sings for me, so nice it will be, and the ears, he thought I'll be happy ever after. And for some time, first time when they touch each other, when you are going dating or something or before marriage, the first thing they touch is, they get a shock. First time they are touching a opposite sex, they get shocked. Then think, wow, if I feel like this every day in my life, I'll be happy ever after. But these are all imperfect. So anyway, they get married, and in the beginning as dating 2-3 hours, they put in their best, so it is possible, but not in the 24/7. So then there is, oh, I didn't expect this guy will be doing this. Oh, I didn't expect this girl will be doing this. So lots of differences will become, but I say the laws of nature are so good. When they are in the mode, the wife become pregnant and she become beautiful. The special because of the hormonal changes, the wife looks beautiful. The husband falls in love with her so that they can take care of the child. Now they are living together for the child. Let's assume the child is born, then there will be a problem. What name we'll give and all other things. Which school will send, English, all those things will be there. Forget about it. They gone out of the house to make it short because no time. Then at the end they think, oh, why did I marry? In the beginning I thought that we are made for each other, but now I see that nothing is common between us. Why we married? So they are thinking like that. So I'll tell one story here. I'll stop. Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. There are 3 trinities. Brahma's duty is, he is the head of the passion, is the creator, am I right? For creation what he needs? Passion is there, but knowledge. So who is the wife of the Brahma? Saraswati, knowledge. So Krishna made it like that. And who is the Vishnu is the maintainer. And for maintain he needs the money. So who is his wife? Lakshmi Devi. So Krishna is very good in arranging this wife and husband pair. Similarly, we are also given our life partner. We get what we deserve, but not what we desire. So that must be very clear. And lastly, Shiva. Shiva's duty is destruction. He needs strength, Shakti. So who is his wife? Parvati, you can say Mahakali, you can say all the strength. So the one who is lacking something, he will get it from his life partner. What the life partner lacks, you will have. So this is how the things are coming. Now let's say that these people are thinking, the wife or husband, oh, I didn't expect this will happen, and why the hell I married him, like this thing we thinking. But there is a purpose. When you are surrendered to Krishna, that knowledge will come and you will be together forever, and you can be happy ever after. But anyway, now when the loving relationship is not there in the family, then tendency is to cheat. So in the office or somewhere, if somebody talks nicely opposite sex, you fall for them. And you try to have the illicit sex with them. एक सीन में देख रहा था छोटे पर ने पति पति और रो बोल के. So I remember that when I'm reading scriptures, I remember these things do happen. So the cheating tendency has comes into the picture. Now what is there left? Then what happens? Because one of the partner comes to know, then he goes and takes the divorce. That's a wonderful saying is there. Love at first sight, divorce at first fight. That's what is going on in this world. So let's be very, very careful about that. So let's suppose that they take the divorce because of that. Then what is the fourth, the boy and girl, what they are thinking? What is the last one left? One is within illusion, imperfect senses, tendency to cheat. What is the last one? Commit mistake. Then both of them thinking, I made a big mistake of marrying this girl or this boy. I should have married somebody in my childhood. Love was there. I rejected it. So these are all the four imperfect persons, imperfect things that Prabhupada is talking. And Prabhupada gives one good example. Suppose in the scientist is preparing a rocket science, and in the beginning he made a mistake of 2 + 2 is equal to 3 instead of 4. And he prepares the entire rest of the formula and tries to execute. What will happen? It will fail miserably. Similarly, Prabhupada is talking about that only. Everybody thinking we are this body, but we are not this body. And that's why I say this ISKCON is a university in which we are learning the science of self-realization, that we are not this body, we are a pure spirit soul. Nowhere in the education it is given about the science of this thing. That reminds me, in Massachusetts Institute of Technology in 1970, Prabhupada went in Boston University. Everybody thought that he came to talk about the Hindutva. But he asked first question, what's the difference between the living body and dead body? Everybody, the professors or PhD students, all the people were looking at each other. Nobody, at least one person could tell that soul. Then he said, is there any department in your university which is teaching about this soul? Everybody looked dumb nuts. He said, yeah, you're all teaching about the dead matter, because the brain, heart and everything is there in the dead body also. You're teaching and learn about the brain and become a neurologist, learn about the heart and become a cardiologist. These are all the things you are teaching. It's useless. But I have come here to teach you about the real yourself, about the soul. That's how everybody told. That's wonderful. And one more interesting that reminds me here, Gauranga Prabhu, the Govardhan Eco Village, he was talking in Narsingadev opening in TOVP. He says, there's a big picture of Narsinga Bhagwan tearing off Narsingadev in the operation theater of Bhaktivedanta Manor in hospital in Mira Road, Bombay. So the patient went, what is this? He said, Krishna. What is he doing? The patient was shocked to see that. He said, he's operating. Then what happened to the operation? Operation successful, the patient is delivered. Wonderful, isn't it? So like that, wonderful sayings, many things are there. Time is running out, let me catch out. Krishna is always satisfied by our simple devotional service. That was Prabhupada in emphasizing wherever we are born. And Prabhupada says that whatever Krishna is said, we have to just repeat it, nothing else you need. So that reminds me one example. One Prabhupada, when he was in America, in one place to another, he was waiting in a room. Malati Mataji's daughter Saraswati was 4 years old. She nicely wearing a small sari with all dressing, and she was going around to everybody asking the passengers waiting there, do you know who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Then nobody were telling that they don't know, because all the foreigners, they didn't know. Then she used to shout and scream, Krishna, and again go to the other person and ask the same question. If they didn't know, she used to feel happy and Krishna and like that. Prabhupada is saying, she is the preacher, she is the guru. Even if you know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that's good enough. Go and tell others. Then that's how the guru, that's what Prabhupada also is telling, that you can become a guru, provided we repeat what our acharyas repeated. And he was telling, Prahlad Maharaj is one of the Mahajans also, and he was talking about the 4 sampradayas. Everybody, all the sampradayas he is telling the same thing. But what he is telling, that he gives the example, the gopis are having different relationships, cowboy friends have different relationships. Variety is always there, he says. And at the end, he was telling that Krishna says, I am flower also, but different flowers have different smelling things, no? So I like the sentence. So variety is the mother of enjoyment. 2-3 times he repeats this word. Why? We are never bored. Many people think that by repeating Hare Krishna Maha Mantra we get bored. Anybody gets bored? No, we all get excited and nice. And that's a different tunes are there, different varieties of chanting the mantra. So that's why we enjoy. But I like the Prabhupada saying, the same vegetables, the same ghee, the same salt, same spice, but there are varieties of preparations. Definitely, even if we may look into YouTube and do the same preparation, exactly same, it turns out different based on the who is preparing. You don't think that you will master by just seeing this thing. That's what I realized. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur also telling, this is my wife, this is my children, this is my house, everything is telling. But at the end he says, everything will be finished in the twinkle of an eye. So he says that anything, I always tell, that's why. Always remember, you got your life partner because of Krishna, you have got your children because of Krishna, you got your job because of Krishna. Put everything, Krishna in the middle and relate to him. I always give an example. Suppose Prabhuji and myself, guitar ring we are putting, the wire. If I vibrate, the vibrations will come to you? They will come to you. But if I put a stick and turn around a loop and you are holding, if I vibrate, they will come to you? They will not come because the stick will stop. Similarly, if you have a direct relationship with our relatives, you are in trouble. But because when somebody creates a problem, you will also get disturbed. But putting Krishna, they are because of Krishna I got. If you put in the Krishna, even if they do nonsense, you will never get disturbed. That's what even we have to understand. If you don't have if you have a direct relationship, if some of the life partner or the children die, you feel, oh my God, what happened? You are thinking that you will die first. If your children die or your life partner dies, you will go into depression. That's why in our Western world, psychiatrists are minting money. They are the richest people. Lot of from Indians only are there in my own Vancouver. If I see, I have lots of psychiatric friends. Lots of people are there. Why? Because they are all going in depression, many people, because they are not putting Krishna in the center. So Prabhupada is saying, so the real process is to surrender to Krishna and act according to your best. Krishna will give you intelligence. First of all, we have to become sincere, heart and soul. Sincere means, Prabhupada, I remember in your ever well-wisher book, Prabhupada says, if you are sincere, go, Krishna will help. Everything belongs to him, he'll provide. So this is the very, very important thing. Anything you want to do, you have to be sincere, then Krishna will definitely help us. And Tridanda, you heard that we are the activities, mind and words, everything should be there, that's all. We must take surrender to Krishna. Surrender means, I'll try to end here on lots of points are there because time is up. Surrender means Draupadi. You know who did the disrobing of Draupadi? Dusasana. Then when he was disrobing, whom she approached first? Bhishma Pitamaha, no. Prabhupada always says, remember, when the girl is small, his father is taken care, and when she is married, husbands are taken care. First she goes to the husband, but they put their head down because they already lost. Then as Mataji is saying, she goes to Pitamaha. Then what she did? Anybody? She didn't go to Krishna again. she asked the Dhritarashtra, is the king, put Abala in your assembly is being dishonored. How come you are looking like this? He to put down because Putra Moha. Bhishma Pitamaha, everybody, why they put down? Because Namak haram nahi banna chahte. Because they are eating the salt of the Duryodhana, and Dhritarashtra, they didn't want to fight. Dhritarashtra, Putra Moha, he did not. At that time, what she did? She asked for Krishna, but she thought first she can hold herself. She tried to hold. But Prabhupada says, Dussasana has got 1,000 elephants strength. Where is Draupadi can stop? No. Then she only with one hand she raised the hand, asked, then also did come. Only when she raised the both hands, that's the time Krishna helps. So when we totally surrender to Krishna to help, that time he will help us. Until then will not help us. Please remember. And I give the example of cat and monkey. Monkey carries the child with the holding tight, and the cat carries in the mouth and goes. Do you want to surrender like a cat or monkey? Cat, good, excellent. Because the monkey child, when the mother is jumping from one tree to another, it is its responsibility. It may, due to some negligence, it can fall down and die. Whereas the cat, as Mataji said, the mother takes one, before jumping one wall to another, the mother takes care, the child is safe or not. So that's why we must be like a kitten. Krishna, do whatever you want. I am ready to accept. So that's how the beauty. Now lastly, suppose this entire house, temple is built with water and fish is there, and one fisherman comes and puts the net. One fish is always escaping. What it's doing? What it's doing is, when the fisherman is entering down, from anywhere he can come. It used to hear the sound the fisherman has come. It used to come and running and stay near the feet of the fisherman. The net he will not put on his feet, am I right? That's how it is escaping. Similarly, if we all come close to always remain at the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna, then this illusory net will not fall. A maya jal apne mein kabhi bhi nahi girega, tab हम लोग जब भी कृष्ण भगवान के लोटस फीट के साथ रहेंगे तो. थैंक यू वेरी मच. हरे कृष्णा. थैंक यू वेरी मच प्रभु. हरि हरि बोल. हरे कृष्णा. ये बंद कैसे करना? इसका स्विच नहीं है. हरे कृष्णा.
Oh, no, я еще не начал даже ноги. Намо Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare